Hello, and welcome back to a late video where today we're going to be talking about everything I watched in March. So, yeah, let's go. First up, I watched Nightcrawler, which is in my top 5 of all time now. Jake Gyllenhaal in this movie is absolutely phenomenal, and the atmosphere of this movie is so eerie and creepy, and the narrative of the movie just really worked. I also think that Riz Ahmed does a great job as well, and it's just a perfect script. Perfect just about everything in it. After that was Before Sunrise, a very different movie and the first in the Before trilogy, and I really liked it. I think Ethan Hawke and Julie Delpy had great chemistry, and I really felt like I was there with them. And it also has probably one of my top 5 favorite scripts that manages to keep you interested just through conversation. From there was Chaos Walking, which you can go check out my review right up there. It's pretty short, so go check it out. It was a great theater experience. Then I watched One Night in Miami. It was pretty overrated in my eyes, to be honest. I thought Regina King did a great job in terms of a directorial debut, and I think the cast was very good as well. Unfortunately, the script and the plot just didn't keep me intrigued, and it doesn't make my top 10 of 2020, which that video is coming. Then I watched Coming to America in preparation for Coming to America 2. I thought it was a very well done story, and Eddie Murphy and Arsenio Hall were hilarious in this movie, and the script is just so good. And the bar scene, that scene is my favorite. Then I watched Wolfwalkers, which in my eyes was the most overrated movie of 2020. I'm not the biggest animation guy, considering in my top 100 films I believe I only have 5 animated movies. I do really like a lot of the Pixar movies though. That being said, I really have only seen one Ghibli movie as well. Wolfwalkers really just wasn't for me, but I thought the animation was pretty good, and I thought just the technical aspects of it were pretty solid. Then I watched Coming to America 2. The video is right up there. Next up, I watched Pieces of a Woman, which is actually one of the most underrated movies of 2020, I think. I thought this was a very interesting film. I think Vanessa Kirby gives maybe my top 2 favorite performances of 2020, and I thought all of her acting was just phenomenal. That being said, the pacing to this film is not great, and a lot of the scenes felt really drawn out, but it does a good job with what it's trying to do mostly. Then I watched Da 5 Bloods, my first Spike Lee film. The next ones I'm planning on watching are Malcolm X and BlacKkKlansman, which I don't really have much to say about, but R.I.P. Chadwick Boseman, he does a great job, and screw the Academy for not nominating Delroy Lindo. After that, I watched Sound of Metal, which was absolutely phenomenal. Riz Ahmed is absolutely phenomenal in this film, and he rivals Chadwick Boseman as my favorite male performance of 2020. The script and the sound editing and mixing is very done in this, and it is easily in my top 5 of 2020. It's probably number 2, actually. Then I watched Yes Day, a Netflix original film, which, by the way, there are a lot of exciting movies coming to Netflix this year. This video is filmed way later than when I wrote the script, but we have Concrete Cowboy that already came out, which I still need to check out, and then Zack Snyder's Army of the Dead, Amy Adams and The Woman in the Window, Andrew Garfield and Tick, Tick, Boom, and the one I'm most excited for, Adam McKay's Don't Look Up, starring Leonardo DiCaprio, Jennifer Lawrence, Meryl Streep, Timothée Chalamet, Cate Blanchett, Ron Perlman, Jonah Hill, and a lot of other people. Oh, and yeah, Yes Day, it's a crappy kids movie. Then I watched Silver Linings Playbook. Bradley Cooper in this movie is awesome, as well as Jennifer Lawrence. I thought the script was well done, and this movie was pretty, great technically, and it's a great movie and probably makes it into my top 5 of 2012. Then I watched The Lighthouse from 2019, which was absolutely incredible. Willem Dafoe gives maybe the best performance of that year. I think the only one who may outshine him is Joaquin Phoenix and Adam Driver. Robert Pattinson also does a great job, and the aspect ratio and black and white is actually well done and makes sense in this movie. After that, I watched Shaun the Sheep Farmageddon, which had about 2 funny moments, but was mostly just a bland, boring movie, and that's all I have to say. Then I did what I would probably say is a massive jump in quality, and I watched The Godfather, aka the technical best movie of all time. There's not much else to say about The Godfather that somebody else hasn't said, other than Marlon Brando gives maybe the best performance of all time, as well as Al Pacino being absolutely perfect. Basically, everything is phenomenal in this, and it's perfect in every single way. Then I guess I did a really strange genre jump and I watched Crazy Stupid Love, which was pretty funny. I thought Steve Carell and Ryan Gosling were pretty hilarious in this movie, and Emma Stone and the other supporting actors did a great job as well. That being said, I despised the babysitter plotline. I hated it so much, it was so cringy and not in a good comedic way. But overall, solid movie. Then I went and watched Zack Snyder's Justice League, which I posted a review for right up there, but in short, it's my second favorite DC movie, and it's definitely in my top 10 comic book films of all time. I have rewatched scenes from this movie over and over again. After that was The Hateful Eight, my second Tarantino film, and it was pretty great. I thought Samuel L. Jackson and Walter Goggins were very good, and this movie is very violent and hilarious at the exact same time. I do think the movie ran a little too long, and I probably am not planning on watching the 4-hour cut on Netflix anytime soon. Then I watched Braveheart, which was phenomenal. I never cease to like Mel Gibson, and he is perfectly casted in this role and directs this movie so well. This movie entered my top 50 of all time, and the battle sequences were done so well along with that ending. After that was Titanic, and Leonardo DiCaprio and Kate Winslet were very well cast and had great chemistry. Unfortunately, I was not that interested until the third act of this film when everything went terribly. That does make me look pretty terrible, but oh well. Then I watched It Happened One Night, which was very well done. It's a very accessible film with a great story, script, and cast. And yeah, it deserved every Oscar it got. Then there was The Irishman, my fourth Martin Scorsese film and currently third on my ranking of his films. I think the cast featuring Robert De Niro, Al Pacino, and Joe Pesci were very great, and I think the de-aging effects were phenomenally done. This movie proves you can de-age people and still have them be main characters of the movie. And I know everybody's gonna just torture me for comparing these two and even bringing up this movie with talking about a Martin Scorsese movie, but why aren't we getting an Ant-Man and the Wasp project on Disney Plus led by Michelle Pfeiffer and Michael Douglas? Please give it to us. After that, I watched His Girl Friday from all the way back in 1940, and it was really, really good. It was an enjoyable movie with an interesting plot, and go check it out. Why? Because I said so, that's why, so go and watch it. Then I watched Moonrise Kingdom, which has entered my top 50. It was absolutely incredible. I thought the cast did a phenomenal job, and just the visuals and script of this movie all work together to make it a very well done, funny, and entertaining story. After that, I watched a foreign film called The Untouchables, which was pretty awesome. I thought the two lead actors had really great chemistry. They just seemed like they were really good friends. And if you watch movies with subtitles regularly like I do, I don't think having to read subtitles will bother you. By the way, it's on Netflix, so just go check it out. Then I watched Molly's Game, which means I have seen both of Aaron Sorkin's directed films, and it was pretty good. It takes a little bit to really get connected with Jessica Chastain's character, but she rounds off this movie with a great performance and a great character. Also, this shouldn't need to be said, but Aaron Sorkin's script is just absolutely perfect. And then finally, the last movie I watched in March just absolutely rounded out the month perfectly, and it was Fargo, another film that made it into my top 10 of all time. Not the top 50, the top 10. This movie is just absolutely perfect. It manages to be funny and dark at the same time, and the Coen's directing is very noticeable and very well done. This is my first Coen Brothers movie. I got a lot to watch. I think the next one would probably be Inside Llewyn Davis, and then maybe Buster Scruggs, but yeah, I'm very excited to check out more of their filmography. So yeah, that's what I watched in March. Sorry it's a little late, but I watched a lot of really great movies this month. And you guys tell me what you guys watched down in the comment section below, and be sure to like and subscribe, and see you guys.